Hi, today I'm at St David's, Manordeifi. It's on the banks of the River Teifi. And I've got my Friends of Friendless Churches book. And it says it's grade 2. The chancel and nave are probably 13th or 14th century. The font is 13th century. And the west porch 14th and 15th century. And it's best noted for its box pews. I'm just going to show you the back door first. There's a coracle, because it's really close to the River Teifi, and that's there in case of flooding, so that if people were caught unawares in a service, they could be rowed safely across to dry land. There's a bell pull. That's a bit of a weird hole, isn't it? Strange hole in the roof, that. Someone's covered up the font. And here is the information. Oh, it's possibly changed its name. So repaired 1847, 1905 and 1968. It's now what they call a redundant church, and it's cared for by Friends of Friendless Churches, who I've recently become a member of. Oh, there's a really old picture there. It's very damp in here. I'll show you their leaflet there. And there we are. There's a leaflet in case anyone wants to leave a donation. As I said, I've just become a member, so I'd recommend it. 1972. I'm not sure what the award was for. So this church is quite unspoilt. A lot of them have had the box pews ripped out. It smells very damp in here. Well, a couple of monuments, and that is the very famous monument. Captain Charles Colby. He was stationed out in India and went hunting, depending which source you read, either for elephants or tigers, and he got mauled by a tiger and possibly eaten, again depending on what you read. And the urban myth goes that instead of his body coming back, they sent back the body of a tiger, and he was supposedly in it after being eaten. I don't know how true that is. It's a good story, and I think he deserved it. Karma for hunting. There we are. I'll zoom in a bit more so you can read it. I think that's what the church here is most well known for. It's very cold. I think these must have been candle holders on top. Let's see if I can go inside the box pew. Oh, these are really lovely. I've never actually seen box pews before. Most of them have been taken out during Victorian restorations. I suppose if you had a cushion, it would be quite nice. And there's a little drawer there. Maybe that's where you kept the hymn books and the prayer books. Right, coming out of the box pew, you can see that they're exactly the same on the other side here. Colin just pointed out, look at that, one of those candle holders is actually burnt. Oh, and there. It's not really a very sensible idea. The windows are open, I assume because of the damp. This was actually flooded last year. We planned to visit last autumn, and the church was closed because the river came right up. You've got some more conventional bench pews there, which are probably super uncomfortable. It's freezing in here. It's a really nice day and the sun's shining, but in here is icy. Some of them have got more plain panels than others. Oh, it's a single box pew. The other one I was in had benches on both sides. This has got benches on one side. You've still got candle wax on there. Oh, there's a bit of a hole in the floor. I've injured my knee, so I've got to be very careful today. Another double one. Cobwebs. They're really strange, though. They're varying sizes. This one's massive. So it must have been a really big family. And then you've got the ones with just a single bench. And here's the one for the rich people, which has got a lovely big fireplace. And it's a really big pew as well, so if you sat in there with a roaring fire, then you'd be very comfortable. And the poorer you were, I suppose you sat at the back. Some more monuments, I can't quite read that. David Davis. And the wife of David Davis. There's a nice coat of arms there. I don't know who that's to. Here's the pulpit. Looks very worn, full of holes. It's got a little bookrest. It's a little seat. It's not disrespectful because it's deconsecrated. So you can see there seems to be a little water coming down at the back. It really is lovely. It's so peaceful. All you can hear is the birds. And you can see the altar. And kind of another stand there. You can put the Bibles in. So you've got two different places for preaching by. And this very funny little recessed window. There's a pew with different length legs, because one's up on a step. So we're now in the chancel. I'm just going to walk up the side. Oh, it's a nice little bit of stonework. Looks very old. A niche. Vase. No stained glass. Very plainly decorated. Got the altar, the Bible on it. Again, a plain window. It's letting quite a lot of light in. Got the decorations there. I don't know if you can open this. I don't want to mess around with it. I think it's open to visitors every day, except for when it's flooded. Some leaves on there. Another memorial. I think it says Jacob Morgan. I can't read it. Quite a few memorials, actually. Johnny Blackwell. It's got an urn on the top. really is a lovely church, although it's quite plain. Another little strange one there. And a piece of metal going across. Yeah, as I said, I wanted to visit this for quite a while. It does look lovely. We get very careful walking on these flagstones. Just open this, it's got a better view at the fireplace. There we are. A lovely fireplace there. This memorial's really worn, I can't even see who it's dedicated to. The bottom one I think says Owen Davis. The top one's too worn away. I can't even read the dates. And then there's a brass one there. 1807, that one. Colour window. See the trees. It really is charming. There's lots of green on the wall. It's quite in the middle of nowhere. Colin is in the pulpit.
Nice view from here.
It is a lovely view. I'm going to take some photographs. Oh, the memorials are quite ornate. I missed those two up the top. I'm surprised how many memorials there are. Marble ones. Because they only really talk about the famous one with Captain Colby and the tiger. Karma got him. I'm going to film outside now. Somebody I knew was just here, which is a strange coincidence. What you can see in the doorway is sandbags, which apparently have been in there all winter to try and protect it from flooding. But I have seen pictures where it's been flooded really badly and it's damaged the box pews. It's a shame they've got this cloth over the font there. Colin's going to lift it up a bit. Oh, you can see the lovely decorations. Oh, that's just pretty. It was a shame to cover that. I don't know why they've covered that over. Quatrefoil decorations. I think it says in my book somewhere how old it is. That must be the lid, the font. And there's the coracle again. Right, I'm going to take some pictures and have a walk around outside. So I'm now having a look at the outside of the church. We've got this big enclosed monument, if I might be able to see. Well, you can't really read it. I can read Thomas Lewis, somebody who's aged 87. It's very worn away. They must have been quite grand people because it's been set into the wall of the church. Okay, here's some. There seems to be a lot of John Jones. See, there's quite a nice churchyard. You can't quite see the river, but if you can see those horrible, ugly buildings, they're the other side of the river, and you can see the field has got standing water. If I turn around here, you can get a lovely view of the church. You see all those sandbags, stop it getting flooded. And there's the bell. There's even a bit of grass coming up in the bell cot there. I'm just going to have a walk around some of the churchyard. It's so pretty. Daffodils are out and the snowdrops. It's really lovely. I'm going to try not to step on them because they're just coming up everywhere. It's a nice time of the year to visit. It's just lovely, it's so picturesque. A bit of a buttress there. And some more of these enclosed monuments. Can't really see the road. This one's a bit overgrown. There's a plaque on the wall. There we are. John and Elizabeth Thomas. Gethideg. That was the name of the place I was trying to remember earlier. 1759. That poor one is split apart. Primroses. I think they're all facing towards that way. The wind's blowing my face whichever way I'm facing. I'm leaning over a very old. It's gone all cloudy. Another one that's split. I'll get a view of the back of the bell cot there. I don't know who comes and unlocks it every day, but somebody does. We've got sandbags against the back door. A large monument in here. See if I can. Oh, there we are. Get the camera through. 1781, aged 44, John Williams. It really is picturesque. Oh, there's a little room in there. Here we go. You can smell the smell of church coming out. Oh look, there's a little something over there. Possible election, let me see. Well, these are actually older than I thought. That looks like angel wings, possibly on the top. Sarah Thomas. 1791 again. You get out of the wind, it's quite nice. What's this? The window. This looks like a really big monument. Steps, possibly. Some very good photo opportunities. A really old cross. And I'm got to see what's here. See, this is a very tall one. Whoops, it's slippery. I don't want to disrespect the grave. I had no idea there were this many stones here. Ouch. Oh, look at that. You just can't decipher it. It's obviously fallen at one time and then been reassembled and placed in this archway. I don't think we can even get up to a lot of them because it's so overgrown. There is a column which you can't get to because it's really overgrown. I'm going to carry on down this way if I don't fall over. I've injured my knee. But I've been lucky that I've had plenty of films stored up that I could post, but I haven't been able to get out much. You just see down there how flooded it's been. James Davis. I'm going to go up here to the snowdrops. Lovely. It's the first dry day we've had in ages. Pan around, there's just too many and they're too overgrown to read all of them, unfortunately. And then there's this large enclosure. I know there are a lot of gentry around this area, so I assume that they were the ones. Ah, this is the Colbys. So they must have been the main gentry family. I don't know if you can see that because the light really isn't that good. Beautifully decorated cross. John Colby of Fenoni. Born 1816, died 1874. Fenoni is one of the big houses which is actually still lived in, privately owned, not by the original family anymore. They used to open the gardens occasionally to the public. They're really lovely, but I don't think it happens anymore. I might be able to see the detail better. So this is the Colbys. Lovely, lovely ironwork on the gate. Church looking through the gate there. That's really nice. Right, I'm going to head back off round towards the front. This is round the other side of the church. There's a lot more monuments. There's quite a few way up in the trees that are just impossible to get to. There's an enclosure here. That looks like that is a great big tomb, though it's hardly recognisable as one. It's so overgrown with moss and leaves. And this one is, see if we can have a little look through there. There we are. Can I read it from here? Somebody and Susanna, his wife, 1755, quite possibly. Erasmus Saunderson, that's a really good name. And you can see that lovely stone window there. And here we are at the back of the church. Somebody told me that it was quite plain, and it's actually exceeded my expectations. It's really interesting. So I hope you've enjoyed our little tour around St David's Manordeifi, which is looked after by Friends of Friendless Churches. I'll give them a plug because they're doing such good work, and without them a lot of these places would be lost forever. So Thanks for watching. Bye.